1965 to 1978. Project Serpo, Human Alien Exchange Program, Part 9. The following story is either the greatest kept secret of all time or a complete fraud. You decide. In this chapter we find out more information about the planet Serpo. This presentation is of the information posted on the website serpo.org from a retired senior government official. The website was intended to facilitate the gradual release of confidential documents pertaining to a top-secret exchange program of 12 U.S. military personnel to Serpo, a planet of Zeta Reticuli, between the years 1965 to 1978. It took our team, in an Eben craft, 9 months to travel the distance to Serpo. During the trip, each of our team members were frequently dizzy, disoriented, and suffered headaches. The craft did not go through any weightlessness during the trip. The craft was very large and allowed the team to exercise. Once the team arrived on the Eben planet, it took them several months to adjust to the atmosphere. During the adjustment period, they suffered headaches, dizziness, and disorientation. There was a period of darkness, but not total darkness. The Eben planet is located within a solar system of the Zeta Reticuli star system. The planet has 2 suns, but the wrangles were small and allows some darkness on the planet depending on one's location. The planet was tilted, which allowed the northern part of the planet to be cooler. The planet was a little less than Earth's size. The atmosphere was similar to Earth's and contained the elements of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Zeta Reticuli is approximately 37 light-years from Earth. The bright suns of the Eben planet also presented problems. Although they had sunglasses, they still suffered from the bright sunlight and the danger of sun exposure. The radiation levels of the planet were a little higher than that of Earth. They were careful to cover their bodies at all times. The Ebens had no forms of refrigeration except in industry. The temperature of the planet, at the center portion, stayed between 94 degrees and 115 degrees Fahrenheit. They did have clouds and rain, but not frequently. At the northern hemisphere of the planet, the temperature dropped to between 55 and 80 degrees. This was too cool for the Ebens, or at least most of them. Our team did find Ebens living in the north, but in very small villages. Our team eventually relocated to the north in order to stay cool. The ground transportation used by our team was similar to a helicopter. The power system was a sealed energy device that provided electrical power and lift for the craft. It was very easy to fly, and our pilots learned the system within days. The Ebens did have vehicles, which floated above the ground and did not have any tires or wheels. There were leaders, but no real form of government. There was virtually no crime seen by the team. They had an army, which also acted as the police force. There were regular meetings within each small community. There was one large community, which acted as the central point of the civilization. All the industry was at this one large community. There was no money. Every Eben was issued what they needed. No stores, malls, or shopping locations. There were central distribution centers, where Ebens went to obtain items of need. All Ebens worked in some capacity. Children were kept very isolated. The only trouble our team members got into was when they attempted to photograph Eben children. The army politely escorted them away and cautioned them not to do it again. The Ebens energy device was analyzed over and over again by our team. Since our team did not have access to scientific microscopes or other measuring equipment, we could not understand the function of the energy device. But, regardless of the electrical demand, the Eben energy device provided the proper current and wattage. Our team surmised the device had some sort of regulator that sensed the required current and wattage, and then supplied that specific amount. Note: our team members brought back 2 energy devices for analysis. Serpo moved around one sun only. The other sun was within the 2 orbits. Here are some statistics on the Eben planet that was collected by our team. Here is the pertinent data. Diameter: 7,218 miles. Mass: 5.06 to the 10th power pounds. Distance from Sun 1, 96.5 million miles. Distance from Sun 2, 91.4 million miles. Moons 2. Surface gravity, 9.6 meters per second squared. Rotation periods, 43 hours. Orbit, 865 days. Tilt, 43 degrees. Temperature, min, 43 degrees. Max, 126 degrees Fahrenheit. Distance from Earth, 38.43 light-years. Planet named by Team Serpo. Nearest planet to Serpo, named Otto. Distance, 88 million miles. Colonized by Ebens with research base, but no natural inhabitants on planet. Number of planets in Ebens solar system, 6. Nearest inhabited planet to Serpo, named Silius. Silius is made up of creatures of various types, but no intelligent life forms. Ebens used the planet to mine minerals. Distance, 434 million miles. Here are some geological facts regarding Serpo. Our team members compiled. The planet's diameter was measured at about 7,218 miles. The surface gravity was 9.6 meters per second squared, and the rotation period was approximately 43 hours. Our team contained 2 geologists. They were also cross-trained as biologists. The first thing our geologists did was map the entire planet. The first step was to divide the planet in half, thus creating an equator. Then they established a northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Within each hemisphere, they created 4 quadrants. Finally, they established the north and south poles. This was the easiest method to study the planet. Most of the Eben communities were placed along the equator. However, there were some communities established north of the equator, in each of the 4 quadrants in the northern hemispheres. There were no communities located in either poles. The southern pole was desert. It was barren land, with virtually no precipitation, where absolutely nothing grew in this area. There were volcanic rock formations, and part of the extreme south contained a rock desert. Temperatures in the South Pole were measured at between 90 degrees and 135 degrees. Going further north from the South Pole, in Quadrant 1, the team found extrusive rocks. This indicated some volcanic activity in the area. Our team found numerous volcanoes in this area. The team found several fissure eruptions in this region, with standing water. The water was tested and contained high levels of sulfur, zinc, copper, and other unknown chemicals. Moving from east to Quadrant 2, the team found basically the same volcanic fields of rocks. However, in one particular location near the north end of Quadrant 2, the team found an alkali flat. On Earth, these were formed by streams flowing into a desert or arid location. Our team found hard mud, covered by alkaline salts. Some vegetation was growing in this area. Moving to Quadrant 3, the team found a form of badlands, an arid region that is lined with deep gullies with sparse vegetation. The gullies or valleys were extremely deep, some going down 3,000 feet. The team found the first Serpo animal in this region. It looked like an armadillo. This creature was extremely hostile and tried to attack the team several times. The Eben guide used some type of sound device, sonic-directed sound beam, to scare away the creature. Moving to the equatorial region, our team found desert-style landscapes, which contained patches of vegetation. The team found numerous pockets of water, fed to the ground by artesian wells. This water was the freshest, containing only the unknown chemicals. It tasted good, and the Ebens drank and used it. Our team still boiled it, because during culture tests, unknown types of bacteria were detected. Moving to the northern hemisphere, the team found a major change in climate and landscape. One team member, who had coined it Quadrant 1 in the northern hemisphere, named it Little Montana. The team found trees, similar to the evergreen style of Earth trees. These trees were milked by the Ebens. A white fluid was extracted and drank. Numerous other types of vegetation were found in this region. Standing water, possibly fed by either artesian wells or fissure eruptions, were found. In one area, marshlands were seen. Large plants were observed, growing in the marshy area. The Ebens used these plants for food. The bulb of the plant was very large. The bulb tasted something like a melon. Our team eventually moved to an area in Quadrant 1, in the northern hemisphere. This area contained moderate temperatures, 50 degrees to 80 degrees, and ample amounts of shade. The Ebens built a little community for the team. Most of the remaining exploration of the planet was done from this point. The team only explored the southern hemisphere once, obtaining geological information. Because of the intense heat, the team decided not to venture back. The team continued to explore the northern hemisphere, where, as the team traveled towards the North Pole, the temperature cooled considerably. The team found mountains, rising to an elevation of 15,000 feet, and valleys that sank below the basic mark the team established for sea level. Lush green fields were found containing a form of grass, but contained bulbs. The team coined these fields clover fields, even though the bulbs were not clover. The radiation levels were lower in the northern hemisphere than at the equator and southern hemisphere. The North Pole contained cold weather, and the team saw the first sign of snow. Blankets of snow littered the landscape around the North Pole. The snow measured about 20 feet at its deepest. The temperature was a constant 33 degrees. Our team never found the temperature to vary in this region. The Ebens could not stand to be in this region for long. They suffered extreme hypothermia. The team's guide wore a suit, similar to a space suit, with built-in heaters. Our team found evidence of past earthquakes. Fault lines were found along the northern tip of the southern hemisphere. Exfoliation was observed along with extrusive rocks, which indicated magma flows in the past. Our team brought back hundreds of samples of Serpo soil, vegetation, water, and other items for testing on Earth. During our team's exploration, they discovered numerous types of animals. The strangest was the beast, which looked like a large ox. The animal was timid and never seemed to be hostile. Another animal looked like a mountain lion, but had long fur around the neck. This animal was curious, but was not considered hostile by the Ebens. During the exploration of Quadrant 4 of the southern hemisphere, the team found a very long and large creature that appeared to be a snake. This creature was deadly, as explained by the Ebens. The head of the creature was large and contained almost human-like eyes. This was the only time our team used their weapons and killed the creature. The Ebens didn't appear to be upset that the team killed the creature, but was upset they used a weapon. The team brought 4 .45 caliber Colt, standard military issued, handguns, and 4 M2 carbine rifles. After killing the creature, the team dissected it. The internal organs were strange, and nothing similar to an Earth-style snake. The creature measured 15 feet long and 1.5 feet in diameter. The team was curious about the eyes. Examination of the eyes revealed cones, similar to human eyes. The eyes contained an iris, and the back contained a large nerve, similar to the optic nerve feeding into the creature's brain. The brain was large, much larger than any Earth-based snake. The team wanted to eat the meat from the creature, but the Eben guides politely told them no. Source: Serpo.org via Morris Osborne. My take: I find it a bit strange that the Ebens would evolve on a planet where they had to shade their eyes and bodies from the intense sunlight. Not sure what this means or doesn't mean. Stay tuned for more next week. More about the planet Serpo in our next episode.